Alright, what's going on, y'all? My name is Joltage, and today, bring you week 7, the final week of the regular season of LPL's LCUU action. And with it being the final week of the regular season, playoffs being mainly decided, you're going to see some wackier stuff, judging by this first team, where we've got 4 normals and a panda and a spider. Well, whatever a dupider is. Water bug. We're gonna call it a water bug. It's not a spider. But yeah. So that's the type of stuff you might see at the last game of the regular season. But our first game of the day, as we can see, is Albi versus Camden. This game really didn't matter. Camden's team was out of playoffs. Albi's team was locked into the first seed, basically. They played this one very early. So we're just gonna hop right into it. Albi brought Torchic's son, which is pretty neat. But yeah, I think he used this team in the LCUU Cup Finals as well. But anyway, got Panda lead versus Meowth. Meowth's gonna fire off a fake out. Nothing wants to take it. Not even Panda really. And Panda and Meowth's probably gonna U-turn out here. Yep, I haven't watched this game actually. Now the U-turns out here into the fight check, or fight resist at least. Dupiter gonna take the Drain Punch rather well. As Albi goes out to his own Dupiter, eats the Surf, not the best. It's gonna fire off an Icy Wind, and take the Bug Buzz. Juice Dupiter, not something we've seen a whole ton of actually. It's the Bug as Camden's Dupiter is going to win the War of the Dupiter. But out comes Vulpix, whose Weather Ball is going to be able to take out Dupe between it not being EVO and the Spadef drop. Sandra's going to come in on the assumed fake out, but no, it's just a U-turn this time. Out to Bunnelby, assumed Scarf, but no, it's Swords Dance Bunny. It is going to live the Earthquake Juice back up. And try to get off a takedown on a Pump Kaboo. It is Thief. Doesn't quite kill the Pump, but does steal the EVA enough to live the Giga Drain. And this bunny is in a pretty strong spot, actually. Out comes Sandshrew. Does not take the takedown. Yeah. And assuming this outspeeds, but it does miss. I didn't even know if takedown had a miss chance. And Panda's gonna be able to take it out. This Panda is low enough to where Tail Slap, as long as it hits, is going to take it out, and that is exactly what happens. Out comes Vulpix. Fires off the Weather Ball. We see this is Scarf Vulpix. Meowth, fake out. Absolute ton of damage. Feint is going to be able to take out the rest. This Torchic's going to come out. Cam's going to go out to his Panda on the sub. Fire off the Flamethrower, Sun boosted. Still doesn't do that much, to be honest. I don't even think Panda's going to die. I didn't think Panda was going to die to that, and it doesn't, and is able to take out the Torchic with the Drain Punch. So the 4 normals pick up the dub. Not a terrible matchup for it, actually. As you can see, Meowth was a huge problem for Albi's team. Meowth with the, assumed knockoff, and, Pump kind of needing to handle Bunnelby, though it was SD Thief. But yeah, Camden's going to pick up the victory, and we will see you in Game 2. Alright, our next game of the week was between Jocks and BBB. Once again, we see random shit. We've got a Poliwag on BBB's side, and an Oma. Judging on this team comp, I would assume at first glance, especially with it being in the lead slot, that it's not Smash Oma, and is instead Hazards, but I believe it is Hazards instead. Jocks, on the other hand, just brought solid. This Gunk is crazy good in this game, actually. Against Amara, against Oma, against honestly against Poliwag. But yeah, we're just going to open up right into the game. Goldeen lead against the Diglett Alola. Stealth Rock comes out, and we find out it's instead Sash Diglett Alola, so now we know that, yeah, it's Smash Oma, because that wouldn't make any sense. But Sandshrew is going to be able to come out and get off a Rapid Spin, taking out the Diglett. Jox really likes his Scarf Sandshrew for some reason. And that's going to give Poliwag a free Belly Drum. So that's neat. As Jox goes out to his Krogunk. Vacuum Wave not going to be enough for the Poliwag, and Gunk goes down. Probably not a great play on Jox's part to have to lose the Gunk at that point. I mean, that's kind of what the Scarf Sandshrew option did for you. Out comes Sandshrew, and is going to be able to take out the Poliwag with the Scarfed Earthquake. Out comes Amara. Amara assumedly outspeeds, assuming it is Scarfed and Timid. Though Modest gets you a little bit better rolls, but most people are going to run Timid just in case. And it's going to fire off a Blizzard. Jox, rather than the Freeze Dry, Jox goes out to his Goldeen, who's going to be able to take out the Blizzard, which is nice. I mean, take on the Blizzard, which is nice. Fire off a Knockoff on the incoming Panda. Goldeen's going to flip turn out now into the Pumpkaboo Small, who's going to eat the Knockoff itself. Does so fairly okay. And is going to be able to take out the Panda with a Giga Drain of its own. It's going to invite in Amara once again. Fire off Freeze Dry is going to be able to take out the pump. Diglett Alola does live the Freeze Dry from this point, so threatens out the Amara with the Earthquake. Spritzy comes in. It's Berry Juice Spritzy, which means this Iron Head is going to be able to take it out. So Diglett's looking very threatening. Amara is going to come out, has to click Blizzard if it wants to kill the Diglett here. Jox knows this and is going to sack the Archon. Archon's not really doing a whole lot for you. This allows Goldeen to come in. Goldeen couldn't come in last turn because it would have been 2-hit KO'd. And we're going to see a flip turn out of the Omanite, who was not weak armor, which makes sense if you're Smash. But here Jox is going to kind of throw, and rather than going to a Scarf Sandshrew, who outspeeds and kills with Earthquake, is going to instead go to his Diglett, who also is able to kill with the Earthquake, but between the Hail and the Life Orb, taking that turn of Hail, taking that Life Orb hit, taking this turn of Hail, is now going to drop to the Freeze Dry. And Scarfamore is going to be able to clean up from here. If Jox had gone Sandshrew there, Diglett would have been healthy enough to live the Freeze Dry. So, bit of a misplay on Jox's part. Allows BBB to pick up the victory. With his rather unorthodox team. Using Poliwag was interesting for sure. On to game 3. Alright, game 3. We've got more unorthodox stuff here. We've got, well, I mean, this one is the most orthodox game we'll see this week. I think, are in terms of least niche mons. Well, no, not even least niche mons. We've got a Wynot and we've got a Lickitung, both of whom see very little presence these days. Juan bringing, again, Hippo, no Shrew. He's a big fan of that. That bringing Hippo with Dig A, but no Sandshrew. Or has been so far. I assume he just likes it as an Archon check, who Risi does have, so it could work out for him. But yeah, we'll just kind of hop right into game. Archon lead against the Panda. Alright, so Archon lead into Panda. Panda can live any one hit, assuming can live the unboosted Acro. If it's dual wing beat, obviously you don't want to be in there. And Risi does like to run dual wing beat, even though I shame her for it every time. Safest play, it's obviously to go out to your Hippo here, and that's what Juan does, as Hippo eats the knockoff and loses its Eviolite's forced to slack off if it wanted to be able to check Archon again later. But instead it's going to get up rocks as Goldeen is going to flip turn out and kill Archon back in. Now with the Spadef boost, never mind. Lickitung comes out and ignores that Spadef boost entirely. Rather than eat a knockoff itself, risi decides to U-turn out into the Panda. Just going to eat the knockoff instead. Out comes Tyke on the knock. That does way too much damage. Tyke's going to go right for the air slash. Would be enough to it will be enough to it KO, or would be, but instead is going to set the rain as Diglett's going to come in on the air slash and sucker punch mind game. Juan wants out of it, goes to his Lickitung, he's going to be able to take anyone hit, goes back out to the man Tyke, kind of wasting rain turns, but you know, in case I think that was in case risi wanted to try to catch something, but the Lickitung is going to go down to the Earthquake, unfortunately, for Juan. Panda is going to be able to live the Earthquake, fire off a knockoff, as Archon's going to come out. Still doesn't have its boosted acro yet, but Panda can't live from the health it's at, so Oddish can, though. And risi's forced to U-turn out. Oddish v Oddish, we haven't seen that a whole lot this season. We're seeing some Sludge Bombs, some Giga Drains, some Strength Saps. Neither Oddish is knocked off. Neither player wants to switch in something to the opposing player's Oddish. Juan really wants to win this speed tie. He does, but he doesn't Strength Sap, and his Oddish is going to go down. But leave risi's low enough to be revenged by the Diglett. Out it's going to come the Why Not, who is going to be able to live any one hit the Diglett wants to go for. But does flinch. So Why Not can't counter and kill. Risi knows this, but thanks to rocks being up, Bear Juice can't pop. So Why Not has one more shot at it. Isn't gonna get flinched. No, it does not. And Counter's gonna be able to take out the Diglett. And now Panda is gonna come in, and Archon's gonna pop its juice and take out the Panda with the boosted acro. And risi's gonna pick up the dub. Alright, on to our final game of the week, and that game was my game, and I ran into just an awful matchup. I brought what looks like a bootleg DPP squad because, I mean, honestly, I built it around a DPP core of Agilicho and Rain Tyke. We got a Snover there, we got a Krogunk there, all those mons, staples in DPP. Two janky parts of that being the Baltoy and the Baniri. Baniri is a mon I discovered this week, actually. Is pretty decent, actually, with its set. It's this Life Orb, Fake Out, Drain Punch, Triple Axle, and fourth move Mega Kick. You can do a lot of work with it, actually. It's surprisingly potent, provided you hit your Mega Kicks. Spoilers, I don't in this game, which is really unfortunate, but the matchup for me was terrible regardless. Quinn brought literally the sample Trick Room team, it's a really bad matchup that I brought offense into. So, you know, good bring. I'm somewhat saved by I've got triple prio in Snover's Ice Shard, Gunk's Vacuum Wave, and Baniri's Fake Out. So maybe I can do something, but it's gonna be an uphill battle. By the way, the Snover is not Hail Snover. It is my patented Joltage counter, Soundproof Snover, which has literally never run into the matchup it wants to. But well, that's unfortunate. I think it should at least get lucky at some point, because I bring it because I'm not good against Joltage most of the time because I run a lot of the next mon on my team, Baltoy. Baltoy gets fucked up by Joltage. Joltage fucks up this team without the soundproof snowfer. But, you know, maybe one day I'll run into the matchup against a Joltage and actually be able to do something with it. Today was not the day, but we're going to just kind of hop in the game. I lose. I'm going to let you know that right now. But my Baniri, I get the matchup. I get a lead matchup that is favorable to me. I'm able to click triple axle, which will kill this Sash Baltoy. And Quinn knows that and goes out into Scrub. Axel does enough so that my Mega Kick will kill. Should I have hit? But I didn't. And Baniri dies. And that really sucks. My own Baltoy is going to be able to come out in revenge with the Earth Power. But I can't prevent Trick Room from going up anymore. I can't prevent Trick Room from going up, so we're gonna, we're gonna both get our rocks. He's gonna set Trick Room themselves. I'm gonna go for the Psychic. Maybe they wanted to spin. I was gonna try to get off again, but they boom, and now Machop comes in. I'm gonna fire off a knockoff. I know that, so I'm gonna go out to Krogunk, and then they. Okay, so this was actually one different thing from the sample team. The sample team does not have Facade. It has Earthquake, which is what I assumed they were going for here. And I was going to hope to dodge the Earthquake and then, fire off like a Psychic or get a Rapid Spin or something. Do something. And, have that. But the Facade came out instead, so that was unfortunate. And my Baltoy goes down. Forced out to Tyke, who's going to be able to fire off an Air Slash onto the Spritzy. Unfortunately does just enough to pop the juice after rocks. I was hoping that I could not do that and then maybe do enough to where Hydro would kill next turn. But I have to go for a Air Slash Flinch here. Don't get it. And Quinn's gonna go for the I'm going to go for the Nasty Plot, and that's going to take out the Mantike. I was kind of surprised at first, but then I calced it later, and Spritzy's just kind of strong. Mantike's got Monster Spadef, but not quite enough when you're Berry Juice. Then, most unfortunately, Snover's Ice Shard, not enough to take out the Spritzy, and I lose that as well. That probably didn't matter that much, but Krogun's going to come out. Thankfully, Vacuum Wave's going to be able to take out the Spritzy. But I'm not going to be able to prevent the Solosis from setting Trick Room up. Once again, knockoff didn't really do any damage at all. Psychic's going to be able to take out my Krogunk, and my Chinchou is going to drop to the Energy Ball. So, unfortunate game for me. If I hadn't missed Mega Kick, I think I was still in a tough spot. But maybe it was a little better. But it would have been a little better to have the fake out and stuff. Would have prevented Baltoy from being able to set right there. But Quinn could have gone like Spritzy and set really easily right there. And I would have had to deal with Spritzy as well. So, it would have still been tough no matter what. But, yeah, missing the Mega Kick fucking sucked. And I dropped my 4th game in a row, so that's really annoying. Luckily, my team carried me to playoffs, and, I'll be playing at least one more week. I'm playing Albi again this week. We played way back in week 1, where I picked up the dub with the Dupiter Hail. Sand, not Hail. But, I've been in poor form, and Albi's been doing better than me this season, so hopefully I can regain that for playoffs. I can still salvage a decent record this season, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed, please feel free to hit the like, and I will see you back for, it'll probably just be all of playoffs in one recap. It'll only be 3 games, but I'll see you back for that. Bye-bye.